some art classes. That's your passion. The second I got off the phone with my mom, I emailed the head of the department at Texas A&M with a copy of my portfolio with all of my artwork. Now, a lot of this artwork is artwork I had worked so hard on all throughout high school. The next day, I had been accepted into the art minor, and I spent my senior year happier than ever, getting to take tons of different types of art classes. So this is where I learned graphic design, art on the computer, and also where I figured out what I wanted to do one day. Graphic design and art for a sports team or organization. How perfect. My two passions combined into a job, my dream job. With all this to say, I'm here to tell you that my junior high and high school art classes, as well as my grades, my other classes throughout junior high and high school, are what got to where I'm at now. So I encourage you all, whatever it is that you love or are passionate about in school right now, focus in on it and give it your all, because one day it could end up being your job, your dream job. And so, yeah, that's kind of my story of how I used my high school classes and combined my disciplines and passions to drive me to where I'm at today. So I don't know, Mrs. Baker, if you wanted to open up for questions, or if you had any questions for me, or anything else you'd like for me to address to the class.
Any questions? My artists in the room? Huh? Ask her.
What you like?
Idea yourself and then ask the question. Stand up so she can hear you. Now take your mask off because you're standing. My name is
Chicago. What you like?
What is what?
What sports do you like?
What sports do I like? I love all sports, but I'd say
Mariah Pleasant.
my top sports are football, basketball, and baseball.
Okay.
Mariah Pleasant is leaving.
She's on her way.
Thank you.
I know that when you was talking to me the other day, you said that when you first started, they actually put you on the court with the cameras.
They did, yes.
You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yes, so when I first started my master's degree, I didn't really know much about photography, but I was getting my master's in sports, and they wanted me to learn every aspect of it. And so they said, you know how to hold a camera? You know how to take a photo? So they gave me a camera and put me down on the basketball court, and I got to photograph all of their home, mostly women's, some men's basketball games. So that was just, I was learning as I was photographing the game in real time, and also downloading the photos, making the graphics, posting it on their Instagram at halftime. And so I learned a lot during that experience.
You had a question? Okay. Any questions? Any statements? Anybody think they can relate to this? Nobody don't think that they can take what they love to do and turn it into a career?
I could do that.
Oh, you said no, so be quiet.
No, I thought you meant like relate to recording and all that.
No. So, what's the one thing that we like to do that's fun? And anybody can tell me what's your hobby? Because obviously for you, Ann, I think you're saying your hobby was art, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chase, take your mask off and introduce yourself. Shh.
My name is Chase Williams, and my hobby is like programming.
His hobby is programming.
Oh, awesome.
Programming. Good job. Good job. So do you have any interaction with those with that degree on your campus? Anybody from that discipline? Do you see any of those people? I know they're in a different building, but the programmers.
I'm sure I do. It takes programmers to do just about anything these days, especially with sports and with stats and putting all the stats in computers. That's a super important job.
You got a question? You stretching? You stretching? Okay, stand up and undo yourself. Speak up for me, baby. She ain't gonna be able to hear you from the back too well. Don't. No question? Okay. All right. Anybody else? Bradley, what do you like to do? What's your hobbies? Huh? You don't have any hobbies? What do you do in your spare time? Okay. So he sound about like you in middle school, huh? No real direction just yet. But she's showing you that even though you don't know now, it doesn't mean that it's hopeless. Gentlemen, cover your nose and close your mouth. It doesn't mean that it's hopeless. Like she said, she sort of found her way into what she wanted just through the people she talked to and listened to as she moved through her directions. Am I right?
Yes.
Your first clue came from where?
My first school,
No, clue of what you wanted to do.
really not until I went to college and I minored in sports. And so I knew I wanted to do something in sports, but I wasn't for sure until I added my art minor.
Okay.
And I will add, were you talking about the college dual credit classes when I first got on?
Yes, yes.
So if it weren't for the dual credit classes I took in high school, I would have never been able to add that art minor because I would have graduated late and all that. But I had some extra space to fill because I had all those classes I had taken that I would have taken in college already done in high school. And so because I did that, I was able to add that art minor, which was so awesome.
Good. That's right. That's right. So what she's saying is that when you take your core, you're going to have some electives. We call them connection classes here, but in high school, they're your elective classes. And your elective classes, if you know what you want to do, my writer, my artist, my programmer, you let it go toward what you know. If not, you've explored 3 years in middle school to see what's here for an option. Once you get to high school, explore and take the intro for those classes to see what you really like. Once you got the intro, all it takes is 2 more courses and you got your seal or certificate in that area. All right, so if you do the intro to graphic design or the intro to art and photography, would they go together? Because that intro class, but then you can switch off and do 2 more and get the art certification or 2 more and get the photography certification. All right, and if you want to be a CNA, do the intro to health occupations, and then you do 2 more, take the test, and you walk out with as a certified CNA. So we talked about that the other day, remember? So it sort of depends on what you want to do. Take the intros and figure out what's what. Quit with that pen and put it down. Put it down. You sort of take the intro and sort of feel where you want to go, and then go back and fill it in completely before you leave. Now, with those classes, it's either going to be at the school or at the career academy. All right, but with your English, your math, and your social studies, you can actually do it at the college and get college credit. We got Armstrong, Savannah Tech, and Georgia Southern. And why am I saying that? Because if you go to Tech and get the credit, it may not count for your 4-year college, which is Armstrong and Georgia Southern. But if what you want is a degree, or you want to get a certification as a paramedic, because that's your field, or a firefighter, because that's what you think your passion is, then you don't need the college credit to get that. You need the Tech credit. Does that make sense? All right. So with all this said, I know you didn't probably get all of that thrown at you initially in 7th and 8th grade either, and it doesn't make a lot of sense at that phase. But as you move through high school, Anna, that started to make more sense, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot more sense.
Okay. So as you walk through the path and why are you still talking? Thank you. I want you to learn to control yourself. I want you to be quiet and control yourself. Because I asked you to do one thing. Now, as we were saying, Miss Bradley, what you playing with? Miss Anna came on to talk to you about her career path, and she gave you an idea to let you know that it's not impossible. If you got an idea, you can address it and keep moving forward. You may even change in the midstream, and that's fine too. And if you don't have an idea, DeMarcus, sit up. Then you can hopefully somewhere between now and, if you're one of those people that your parents say you're going to college, you don't know what you're going for, when you get there, you can still have time to figure it out. Does that make sense? All right. Anything else you want to add, Miss Anna?
I don't think so. Just keep working hard, and if there is anything that you're passionate about, I encourage you right now just to practice it and really hone in on it, because you never know where that could take you later on in life.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. What do y'all want to say, guys?
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.